So it's Sunday evening, it's dark outside. Samsung released their new Note 9 a couple of days ago. Can it take over from my iPhone X? There's only one way to find out. So Samsung released the new Note 9 a couple of days ago, and if you've been living under a rock and haven't heard about this new device, let me enlighten you as to what it's got to offer. And by God, it's got a lot to offer. So you've got two options on the market right now. The more expensive, running about 1100 of your English pounds, would give you 8 gigabytes of internal memory and 512 gigabytes of flash storage. Half a terabyte! The more sensible option would be to spend £200 less, £8.99, give yourself 6 gigabytes of memory and 124 gigabytes of flash storage. It's the one I went for. In front of me is that very option. Both are running the Snapdragon 845. Software-wise, it runs Oreo 8.1 with the Samsung Experience 9.5. No idea what that means, but it is on the website, so I thought I'd better throw it into the video. Now, I'm running the ocean blue colour, primarily because the S Pen that comes with the device is a funky fluorescent yellow contrasting colour. You've got 3 others out there at the moment, and they're calling them, in typical Samsung style, midnight black, lavender purple, and metallic copper. I don't think I've seen that one. Samsung's marketing team have come together as well and seem to push out some more lingo to get you interested. To help with the cooling down of the internal components, you've got yourself a carbon fibre water cooling system with an extra large heatsink. I'm not too sure exactly what sort of benefits that will have, or exactly there's water inside this carbon fibre copper cooling heatsink extra large fandoogled stuff, or what sort of tests or metrics they're running to make those claims. But they've made them. If it's running the components cooler, then hey, who are we to argue? Just hoping it cools the device down enough that the 4000 milliamp hour battery that Samsung have crammed in here doesn't just spontaneously combust. I mean, that wouldn't happen, right? A massive manufacturer of phones providing a phone that just spontaneously catches a light. 4000 milliamps is a pretty large battery and should run you throughout the day without having to top that bad boy up. But it is dependent on usage. Don't quote me if you're charging your new Note 9 at 4 o'clock in the afternoon because you've been playing Fortnite for the last 6 hours. Sounds like a damn good day to me. I did a bit of B-roll for what's in the box, and let me run through that real quick so you know what you're getting. Quick start guide, SIM tray pin, which also releases your micro SD card slot as well. You get your phone, power brick, USB-C adapters to micro USB and also to lightning ports, your charging cable, a set of headphones, and a silver thing which I have absolutely no idea about. So if you know what this silver thing is, let me know in the comments below. I'm really quite interested. After I've taken the SIM out the iPhone X and placed it into the Note 9, I had a quick look at the outside and more importantly at the screen. My God! I gotta say, the screen blew me away. Blew me away. Coming from the iPhone X, these curved edges with a little bit of bleed of the actual screen into the side of the phone, pretty damn good. The 6.4 inch QHD S AMOLED display made my PP tingle. It's vibrant. Made my PP tingle. The 6.4 inch QHD S AMOLED display is top drawer, and none of it's eaten up by a notch. It runs 2960 by 1440 pixels, but that is something you have to go into the settings to change when you first open up the phone. To me, the rest of the phone looks absolutely unreal. Power button to the right, you've got your volume buttons on the top left, and then some placement of the Bixby button just underneath those, which can't be remapped and can only open Bixby and can be quite annoying. I've pulled the phone out of my pocket a few times, gone to open it, and Bixby staring at me in the face going, "Hey, what can I do for you, player?" You tell me what you want. And I'm like, Bixby, I want you to go away. I think we're going to have to go into the settings and turn that off. At the top of the device, as already mentioned, you've got your SIM tray, which also acts as your micro SD card slot. But at the bottom of the device is where all the cool kids hang out. You've got your USB charging port. You've also got your S Pen, which we'll touch on in a minute. And then some random hole, which I'm not too sure what it is, but I've measured it. And it's about 3.5 millimeters in diameter. No idea what it's used for. No other phone on the market seems to have it right now. Maybe it's a Samsung future tech thing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you know what that is, as well as the silver thing. Around the back of the device is your fingerprint scanner, which Samsung was kind enough to move for us from beside the cameras as it was in the Note 8 to just underneath the cameras. So anybody with slightly smaller hands than your average can easily just give that a little flick to open up the phone. And speaking of cameras, Samsung ain't messing about. 2x 12 megapixel cameras, which are both optically stabilized, and the main lens running variable aperture from f1.5 to f2.4. The camera will pick depending on the light settings which aperture is best, and when it's running 1.5, this phone is a beast in the dark. Maybe not quite as good as the P20 Pro. It's up for debate. I may well do some comparisons between the iPhone X and the Note 9 when it comes to the pictures and video. We'll see. There's a lot of stuff I haven't played around with on this phone yet, and the video is one of those things. When it comes to the front-facing camera, the selfie cam, it's an 8 megapixel camera. It's not optically stabilized, but still gives you some pretty good selfies, especially when you can take the photos with the newly designed S Pen. Now this thing resides in the bottom of the phone. A simple depress will bring the pen out so you can extract it from the device, and the usual functions and applications will be available to you as per the Note 8. What makes this S Pen differently is it's running Bluetooth Low Energy. That Bluetooth functionality, along with a button that's actually found on the S Pen, means that it can communicate with the Note 9 and allow you to do a whole lot of different things remotely from the phone. For example, out the box, if you hold down this button on the S Pen, it will open up your camera. A double D press will flip between front and rear facing cameras. A single press of the button will take a photo as you would normally do. In other apps, it may well let you pause your music, play your music, skip a track, skip through to your next slide in your PowerPoint presentation. You can dive into the S Pen settings within the phone and remap the button to pretty much whatever you want. There are some limitations, of course, depending on the app that you choose. Is it for everyone? Not too sure. I'm just using it to take a good selfie. So what do I think? 900 quid. Cheaper than my iPhone X. Better looking than my iPhone X. In my humble opinion. A lot more functionality. A nicer display. A bigger battery. I think I may be onto a winner. I think the Note 9 has converted me from Apple.